Hello and welcome to Danske UNI. My name is Akvilė Rykovė and I am Head of Employee Self-Service at Danske Bank. In this video, I'm going to tell you about high-performing teams. First of all, I'll explain you what are the 5 dysfunctions of a team. Then you will get to know where to start when building a high-performing team. And last but not least, what going out with a team has to do with the trust in a team. I'll start from a story most of you can relate. Some years ago, I studied management of information systems at Vilnius University. During my first year, I had a subject called Analysis of Information Systems. In this subject, we had not only exam, but also a group project to prepare a requirement for information system. We were split into teams of 5 students. We'd never studied together before, but I was excited as all of them seemed smart and responsible people. In our weekly group meetings, we were discussed how we should work on this project. However, those meetings weren't so efficient as I would expect. Often, 2 of the group members were arguing about the approach we should take. Both of them believed that their way was the best way to do it and didn't want to hear any other opinions. One of group members wasn't involved in those discussions at all. She was browsing her laptop all the time. When asked, she answered that she agreed to everything that had been said. And the last group member was never showing up in those meetings. After long and tiring hours of discussions, I often suggested how we could proceed. Typically, my group members were answering something similar to, "Yeah, okay, bye, see you next week." And guess what? The following week, everything was being repeated. Nothing was done. 2 were arguing, 1 sitting silent, me suggesting how we should proceed, everyone quickly agreeing and going home. Again and again. 5 days before deadline, nothing was done. I've started worrying that we are not going to submit anything. Hence, I broke down the whole project into smaller tasks, then called each group member and asked them to complete assigned tasks. I was pleasantly surprised as everyone agreed without any hesitation. Relief came into a few days when I started receiving completed tasks from my group members. However, my optimism vanished in a few seconds after I've read everything. It was completed without any effort, nothing even close to a good quality of work. I was extremely angry. How can they be so irresponsible? Why they don't care about our group project? Why I'm the only person that cares about it? I was questioning myself. I realized that if I want project to be done, I should do it myself. I submitted project 1 day later than the deadline. No one from a group members thanked me. No one asked to review it. No one actually even asked if we had submitted it at all. Seemed that no one actually cared about the project. Most probably you had similar situations as I did. If not in your study life, then at your job, sports, family, or any other setting where you're working as a team. Have you ever thought why it happens? Why sometimes we are part of a great team with which we would climb to Everest, and sometimes we end up in a team with smart but irresponsible people. Occasionally we say that it just clicked, never realizing what is actually behind that click. I didn't realize it either until I've read Patrick Lencioni's book called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. And that day, all pieces came together. Patrick Lencioni says that in order to become a great team, you need to overcome 5 dysfunctions of a team. Let's take my example with a group work and dive deeper to what and why actually happened. First thing, what we notice is that team members weren't paying enough attention to results. We saw poor performance and low quality results. But why they were not paying enough attention? Because they were avoiding accountability. We missed our deadlines and key deliverables, but no one seemed to care. We even tolerated a poor performance that created an environment of resentment and hopelessness. But why we were avoiding accountability? Because we had lack of commitment in our team. We actually never committed to anything. We were revisiting our discussions again and again. We didn't have agreed priorities or clear direction. Because we had a fear of conflict, we had boring meetings where we failed to tap into all opinions and perspectives of our team members. We had a lot of problems around, but we closed our eyes and pretended that it didn't exist. Why we had a fear of conflict in our team? Because we had absence of trust. And when we talk about trust in a team context, we are not talking about predictive trust. That means that we've known each other for long enough so I can predict your behavior. No, we're talking about vulnerability-based trust. This is when you can say things like, I don't know, I'm sorry, I messed up, you are smarter than me, can you teach me? Or I have some issues, can you help me? This is the trust we are talking about. And in our group, we had a huge absence of trust. We hesitated to ask help. We didn't admit our mistakes. We didn't provide or request feedback. We avoided spending time together. We were a dysfunctional team. So what to do to become a high-performing team? First, and the most important, we need to build trust in a team. We should be open and honest, admit our mistakes, be vulnerable with each other. Because without the trust in a team, we cannot overcome the second dysfunction of a team, fear of conflict. When we trust each other, we are not afraid to challenge each other or to confront difficult problems and issues. Conflict becomes nothing else as a passionate pursuit of true or best possible answer. Conflict is not only good, it's crucial, because without conflict, we cannot overcome the first dysfunction of a team, lack of commitment. Without conflict, people do not truly buy in. They are passive about decision. And without commitment, we will encounter the fourth dysfunction of a team, avoidance of accountability. When people are committed, they are more likely to confront each other on their unacceptable behavior or poor performance. And just when people hold each other accountable, they can overcome the fifth and the last dysfunction of a team, inattention to results. So if we want to become a high-performing team, first of all, we need to build trust in our team, engage in healthy conflict, commit to our decisions, hold each other accountable, and achieve true collective results. So you may ask how to build that trust in a team. And here I have you some suggestions. First of all, I suggest you to agree on a team values and ground rules. Discuss what is the most important for your team. Maybe it's honesty or courage, maybe collaboration or integrity. Second, admit your weaknesses and mistakes as well as appreciate other skills and competences. If you don't know, ask for help. If you made a mistake, Admit it. If you want to learn something, ask your colleague to teach you. Be vulnerable with each other. Third, encourage every team member to speak. If someone is sitting silent during a meeting, involve him. Thomas, what do you think about this suggestion? Egle, how you would solve this issue? Fourth, ask and provide feedback. The secret here is that if you want to receive feedback, you need to provide it. So start from yourself. And last but not least, spend off-work time with your team and get to know each other better. For instance, in my team, we regularly spend time together. We play games like Among Us, Codenames, or Scribble. We have private bars. We celebrate personal occasions like a childbirth, or we have each week regular meetings where we drink coffee and chat about everything we wish. Sometimes we say that in order to trust someone, we need to have some drinks with that person. And there is so much true in this phrase. And no, I am not encouraging you to drink, not at all. I encourage you to spend more off-work time with your team members and get to know each other better in personal level, as it is the fastest way to build trust in our team and start your journey in becoming a high-performing team. Thank you.